speak to the chief market economist at Sparten Capital Securities. Here's Peter Cardillo. Peter, welcome to the program. Really appreciate it. Have you ever heard of this before? A country using a non-cash product or the normal kind of way of servicing a debt and using something like tea to essentially almost, it seems, barter with Iran?
Yeah, no, I never heard this before. I think this is the first ever, to be honest with you. But the real question here is, does this violate the sanctions, that are imposed by the United States and the United Nations? According to the Sri Lanka ministry, they say that is the plantation minister. They say that this is considered food and it's a humanitarian situation, and that it's not in violation. I sort of want to question that, and so I think that we'll just have to wait and see whether or not the United Nations or the United States should make some formal comments or whatever the case may be. Obviously, it's a country that's in desperate need. Up until about 3 years ago, their total debt was close to around $65 billion. Their external debt is a little over $35 billion right now. And so that puts them in a dire situation. And of course, they've been downgraded to triple C, basically bankruptcy. So the question is, will this be able to go through with the blessings of the United Nations and the United States?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll wait to see. Let's imagine that it does proceed. I mean, Sri Lanka certainly has enough tea. It produces about 340 million kilos of tea every year. Last year, it exported tea to the value of 1.24 billion. So if it's going to take months and months, and it seems to be able to afford to be able to have enough tea and be able to afford to send that sort of tea to Iran. But you kind of wonder that if the government is paying tea producers in local currency, a lot of those tea producers, because Sri Lankan tea is so popular, they'd be exporting and earning in harder currencies like the dollar or the pound or whatever you choose. So it may actually adversely affect those tea producers as well.
Exactly. And so, it's something new and something that I guess we just have to wait and see whether or not it's going to happen. Look, the bottom line is they need to pay off this debt. Iran, I guess, is agreeing to this. That's one form of way of getting back their money. They do owe them $251 million, so that's a lot of money. And I'm sure certainly Iran is not in any position to write off debts.
Peter, thank you so much indeed for your time. Really appreciate it. Peter Cardillo in New York.